Gerry, did you pick up Helldivers or no?
Yes, I did.
Fucking, we got 4?
We got 4. This shit is a fucking blast, dude. I'm doing a fucking solo one right now.
Yeah, I just hopped on. I was away when the launch happened, so I wanted at least to go through the tutorial and a couple missions. It's exactly like Helldivers 1, but now it's a third-person shooter. Or a first-person, I guess, if you want, but...
It's very, like, customizable, though. That's what I like. Like, certain guns have different scopes. It was confusing to get into for it being, like, my first Helldivers. I know that it is, like, radically different than the last one because it's, like, in third person instead of top-down. It's, like, a whole new game, basically. But I thought it was really cool, honestly. Like, my first impression is this game reminds me a lot of another game called Earth Defense Force. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with that game. It's basically
yes.
Yeah, EDF. It's great. It just reminds me of EDF, like in space instead. The whole thing with the major orders, I think that's really rad. It just honestly feels good, just handing out all sorts of democracy all over the galaxy.
Yeah, liberating these foes.
I'm doing my part.
For the glory of Super Earth. It's super drop in, drop out, and that's what I fucking love about this. Like, you can just drop in and with, like, almost seamlessly, and then, like, if you get kicked for connection issues or something, you still just drop in.
Freaking love the opening cutscene when you first start the game. It is literally just Starship Troopers, and that's all I ever want from this.
I think one of the only things for me that, like, doesn't work really is trying to do quick play. I found that quick play doesn't really work for me sometimes. Like, a lot of the times I have to just keep, like, mashing the quick play button. Maybe 1 out of every 20 tries I'll get a game because it keeps saying that it fails to join the lobby. So I think that they're probably working on that a bit, but that's probably just my only concern right now.
I only did 2 missions so far. I jumped straight in, and then I freaking died. I died twice to my own landmines like a dumbass. So very... Yeah, I was like, God damn, I forgot there's friendly fire. And then I picked up the gun I needed to use, and I didn't realize what it was for, so I kept using it, and I was like, oh shit, I ran out of ammo. Oh shit, they're coming. It feels a little slow, I think. I don't know, I just probably have to get used to it. I think I'm just too used to COD and, like, all the other shooters' running speed.
Yeah, honestly, the slide could be, like, tons better.
The strat is a lot of diving, because every time I get surrounded, it always wants me to dive. I don't know, other than that, it was still pretty fun. Just having to get used to, like, putting those MK1 fatality inputs, to spawn the sentinels and all that.
Stratagems.
It's funny because you can tag the enemies with them.
Yeah, they're
sticky
stickies.
Them to, like, to the face.
So good. I've been seeing a lot of Destiny players, like, turn to this game as the next game to hop onto after. I just hope the toxicity stays over there, but that's gonna be too much too.
Yeah, I'm super down to squat up on that game and see what we can do some damage to. But I saw, like, so there's missions, like, depending which sections you go to, and planets. Some of the planets are already done. If it was already like that from the jump, or I was just too late into the game and I couldn't do those planets anymore.
Most of them are already like that from the jump. Probably gonna be like a seasonal thing. So, like, as the more we do in the campaign, and, like, the more we get to the outer part, and then, like, they'll probably say some bullshit of, like, hey, this ring is getting attacked over here, and now you have to go to this part of the solar system or whatever,
Yeah, I'm sure they'll activate, like, different sectors as time goes on.
It's the only way I can really see them playing out the online service portion of the game for it to keep going for a while.
And there's a lot too, so they plan. It seems like they plan to go for a while.
The premium, so to speak, pass that they give you is just kind of more of like a, I don't know, like a bonus for getting the super edition. But I don't really feel like it's necessary. I don't think it's gonna make a difference.
Yeah, me neither. I just got the normal pass. I mean, the normal battle pass. No, wait.
You got the normal edition of the game.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
That's what I was trying to say.
I know everything's confusing now with freaking games like that.
Yeah, it's live service games.
Oh, man. You mean you didn't get the normal alpha edition? You just got the normal edition? What?
You got the beta edition? Oh, man.
Oh, you got version A.
Edition?
You're supposed to grab version C, dude. That's how you get this
You
rare
paid
drop.
$90 when you could have paid $105, you idiot. Oh, actually, one other thing I want to mention that I think is kind of cool, at least. There are, like, actual in-game currency that also, like, reflects money. Like, like Bungie's silver. they call it super credits, but you can actually pick up super credits in the game. So it's kind of more like Bright Dust and Silver at the same time. You know, like you can just find the shit for free. You don't have to go out of your way to buy it. But if you wanted to buy it, you could.
Yeah, that's pretty
cool.
nice. Yeah, you could, and they give it to you. It's pretty abundant too, because so like you can rack up an easy 500 or something.
I picked up a helmet that kind of looks like a stormtrooper, but it also kind of has like the samurai grooves in the back. So I thought that was kind of cool. You pick that up in the superstore too. Well, like it's in rotation, but yeah, I think a lot of the cool cosmetics you're gonna get anyway are just gonna come from the superstore. The other thing is, I don't know if you realize this, but like armor actually has effects. So like depending on what armor that you're looking at or what you're getting, if you press, I think it's triangle, you can inspect it, and it'll tell you what the passive is for that armor. Some armor gives you like 30% like to recoil when you're prone or when you're kneeling, and gives you like extra like grenades, you know, or extra stims.
You never played the first one, right?
Correct. I never played the first one.
Same.
Yeah, it was me and Akil and some other people were playing, and man, when you get to those later end games, it's just like, holy shit, dude, we have to leave immediately or else like there's no way we're gonna make it. Every second you're just sweating hard because you're like, holy shit, can this escape pod go any slower? I need to go now, man. I'm freaking pissing my pants, dude. It's so fun. And then also, you know, we're always yelling at each other about like, bro, why did you kill me? He's like, oh, my bad, bro, I didn't see you.
There's a lot of that for sure.
Ah, dude.
Yeah.
I was getting beamed by this fucking guy that me and Akil were playing with for like a good couple missions. And he just kept doing nothing but throwing orbitals and the eagle strikes.
Like, it's useful, but goddamn, man, they have such a huge range. It's hard to fucking tell where they're gonna like come in from.
It's unbelievable, and they're so fast too. Like, you know, they'll just pretty much drop down instantly. I think the thing that pissed me off the most is because they're fast, they're supposed to have limited uses. So like the orbitals, you can use as many as you want, but like eagle things specifically, like you can use probably once or twice, depending on which one you pick. This guy, for whatever reason, he could just keep using them infinitely, and it was so annoying. I could not tell you one time it felt like he killed me at least fucking 5-10 times. Like if he didn't kill me with the orbital, I would like be duck dive and dodging like it's a dodgeball. And in between my dive, like as I'm like power diving, you know, like I'm getting shot in the head by this guy because he's just like moving along. The friendly fire is so real.
Yeah, I'm sure in this version of the game it's going to be a lot different too. Since now that it's like third person compared to just over the shoulder like twin shooter. One of the first things that popped up that I noticed, I was like, oh, this is going to be interesting. Is when you reload, you just throw the whole clip away. It doesn't keep the bullets like in normal shooters. So it's like, oh, you have to be mindful of that.
Yeah, that was a learning curve for sure in the beginning.
It's kind of shitty how they show it to you, but you don't actually get to see how many bullets you have in the clip unless you hold triangle. I'm sorry, hold square.
For real?
If you hold square, you can. Hold square, yeah.
It does tell you.
Oh.
I was watching a couple videos. If you have any left in the chamber, it's actually a quicker reload than if you were completely empty. And you get one more added to the magazine on top of what the original is. So let's say you have the shotgun holds 25. If you reload while you had one left in the chamber, then you're going to get 26. Oh, also another thing, key, when you run out of stamina, if like let's say you get hurt and you're running out of stamina and you're about to get swarmed, if you use your stem, it replenishes your stamina as well. So you get like a couple seconds where you get like a little infinite stamina boost. So you like kind of just run away and then it just starts depleting again.
Oh yeah, one new thing they added was bodily injuries. Like you have the little stat at the bottom, it'll tell you, oh hey, like your leg's injured, you're slower now. And it's like, oh whoa, that's crazy. It's like yeah, it won't go away until you hit that stem. Yeah.
This game is great, man. I'm excited to get into it with you guys.
Same.
You guys were just having so much fun with the first one. I just it was like already too late, you know, by the time that I got my PS4 and stuff like that. I think you guys were playing on PSP actually.
It was on the Vita.
Vita, sorry.
Yeah, it was one of those Vita games you get for free if you get the PS4 version kind of thing.
I was just thinking it's Destiny for me all over again because I missed the first Destiny
D1.
train. Yeah. It's not a bad game. Helldivers. Helldivers.
Yeah, Helldivers. Yeah.
Helldivers, bro. It's also on PC too.
Yeah, I've been seeing people do that too. It's I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's different on MNK, but that's to be expected.
But yeah, that's all game wise. That's all I've really done. Just little Tekken here and there.
I haven't picked up Destiny in a while. I should probably go talk to Mara or something. She's gonna get mad at me.
One thing I have been doing though is I read a lot more of the Jurassic Park book. I'm over halfway done right now. It's more different than I thought it was gonna be compared to the movie. It'll be different, you know. It'll be like darker and scarier and stuff. And I was like, oh, okay, we'll see what it is. But it's like, oh no, this is like, it's a very different premise and setup. Off of the jump, you know, instead of just visiting the park to check it out, they're like, oh no, we're actually here to investigate the park and seeing what's going on because, yeah, nobody knows what's going on here. You have a lot of tech, a lot of employees, like a lot of people are worried, and then of course like competitors are like, well, we want some of that juice, like what do they got going on? Like it can be a little more scary compared to the movie, just the way like certain things are described, like the T-Rex scene. Oh, it plays different, and like, yeah, it's crazy. It's still raining and it's still nighttime, and the way they describe like this just giant black shadow with soulless eyes just staring at you, you're like, oh yeah, this is awesome.
That's how you die.
Yeah, it really makes me wish that instead of them just milking the Jurassic Park movies, that they make a TV series. Like back in the day when the movie came out, if they picked movie or show, I would rather have like an HBO show, because it just feels so much better. It's a lot slower, I would say, and there's just so much going on with all the characters that it's like, yeah, no, I would want to take my time in Jurassic Park. Yeah. Instead, we're getting Jurassic World 4 now, which is going to come out, I guess, next year.
Well, you do pique my interest when you kind of like put it in that format, like a good HBO series, 48-minute runtime per episode. So, I mean, yeah, you can definitely give it its nice and slow.
I want to say it's on par, like with World War Z is kind of one of those examples. I like the movie, but it's not close to what the book is. But it's also different. So like the movie, it's like, oh, it's actually like the events of World War Z. Whereas in the book, it's like, oh no, this is just people retelling what happened during World War Z. I picked it up. I haven't read it yet. But yeah, it's the way it's described from what I read. It's like, no, this is like a literal war that happened with these zombies. Obviously, it's harder to do that as a movie. But if they did it as a show, it would fit perfectly. So this is like almost on the same level as that.
That's cool. That's kind of like how Dracula was written, right? Just a bunch of letters about Dracula.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think it's similar to how like remember the opening for the first episode of Castlevania on Netflix? I think it was like that too. It was just like taking notes of living with Dracula and him slowly like falling in love with her or whatever.
Ah, yeah. I like those kind of stories when it's just like it's a mystery about the person the story's actually about, and it's just a series of retelling of that certain event or that person. It's good stuff. It's a way of keeping you interested.
What would you call that? Like, I don't know, like thrilling?
Yeah, I would say it's a lot of engagement in there. You know, one of the things where I was reading this, I was thinking, see, this is why I think books to a certain point are better than like adapting them, is because like somebody will be talking and you don't know who it is until they reveal their name or it alludes their name, and then it just gets that click. You're like, holy shit, dude, that was him the whole time. Like that kind of stuff's like super fun.
Yes, the old subtitle problem.
Yes, yeah, where it's like, oh damn, that's the whole sentence, and oh well, I already know what happens now because they just said it.
Or like, well, who's that supposed to be? Oh, they already said the name. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, guys, yeah, the leaks were real, dude. Viral hit, anime. We got the trailer.
It does look good, so good. Is it the same people who did the Lookism series?
No, it's Okuruto Noboru is the animation studio. Oh, this is a fairly new studio. Looks like they just done a bunch of seasonal stuff. Nothing super big that catches my eye. But yeah, it looks super good, man. I can't wait. And it's coming out in April of this year.
I'm excited for this year's seasonal stuff. I've been watching last season's stuff too, and it's been pretty good. I haven't really been disappointed with some series. Then my number one recommendation is going to be called Frieren Beyond Journey's End.
Oh, okay.
Super, super good, man. Honestly, super good.
Yeah, I just started reading it not that long ago.
Are you reading it like as a light novel or like as a manga?
No, the manga.
Before I get into my review of the anime, how many chapters is it so far?
I'm only like 2 chapters in right now.
I don't know if it's one of those things if they did the anime first or if they did the manga first.
I think it's, if I'm not mistaken, it might actually be a light novel series, right?
I would be down to read it if it is a light novel.
Oh no, it is a manga. Oh, Weekly Shonen Sunday. Oh, okay.
Since Danny kind of already knows about it, Gerry, the anime is basically about an elf. The elf's name is Frieren. She's 1,000 years old. With her being 1,000 years old, she like kind of outlives everybody, including her friends. She's part of a party of heroes that defeated like the demon lord in her world. The whole series is basically revolving around like what came after that and how like all of her friends ended up playing their lives and being old and shit because the rest of her friends were human. So she's the only elf, and she stayed literally the same.
Is this supposed to be a tragedy?
It's I wouldn't really call it much of a tragedy. I would just say if you really think about it, it's slice of life without school.
Yeah, it's like a slice of life.
Yeah, it's slice of life without school. It's slice of life in a fantasy world, if you think about it. Absolutely, I would definitely say it's worth checking out. They're pretty far in. It's not like a seasonal anime where they only gave it 13 episodes. Right now, I think they're on 22. 20 of those episodes have been dubbed. They're simulcasted. I really like the English dub. I think like the voices, especially for the main character, really fits her. So, however you really want to check it out. But I don't really think you go wrong either way.
Yeah, first chapter was super cool. I liked it a lot. It really sets up who she is as a character and what she's trying to do. Like that's like the main premise of like what her character is, and the second one is like the real setup for the story. So I'm looking forward to checking it out. It seems super wholesome and a good time. It's crazy. I didn't even hear about it until a friend recommended it when I was at ALA. And then I looked and it's like, oh shit, it's like getting like super popular, like out of nowhere. Like that's pretty cool.
I had actually like looked into it when the very first couple of episodes came out, but I wanted to give it some time because I just kind of didn't know if I was going to get into it or like it if I got into it and then like get caught up. I don't know if this is going to make sense, but I didn't know if I was still going to like it when I got to wherever it was caught up at. So I figured it would have been best to just kind of leave it alone for a while and then kind of get back to it when it developed more. And I think it was good to do that too, because our other friend, he really, really likes the show. And like sometimes he'll text me when the new episode comes out for the week and be like, man, like fucking this episode was fucking dope. Like Frieren's a fucking monster. There's actual like fighting, it goes beyond slice of life too, so it's worthwhile watching. There's plenty of drama. But yeah, so like there are these moments where you're just like, okay, I gotta watch it. Apart from that, the other animes I've been watching haven't really been, like, I would say, too unique. Most of them are kind of like, I think I talked about them before. One of them is called Shangri-La Frontier, and it's pretty popular. They're actually at a really good point right now that I think is pretty decent. I would say if you just enjoy good fighting, like, it's a really good anime for that. There are a lot of good moments where he's, like, fighting either, like, giant monsters or like doing like some PvP stuff. It's like kind of what I would imagine Hardcore Leveling Warrior would have been.
I forget which. I'm looking at what the arc is called, but for Gintama, we actually have some news.
Nice.
Which is surprising. It's one of the. God, I'm gonna pull up the name for it right now, but one of the best arcs of the series. They're basically gonna get all the episodes and they're gonna chop them up and make it basically a movie, and they're gonna release that. I think in theaters in Japan. So that's really cool.
So they're going to do the Benizakura arc.
I don't think it's the Benizakura arc.
No, but what I'm saying is they're doing
I see what you mean.
From the Benizakura arc.
Yeah. Is that what they did for that one? They just cut up the episodes too?
I think for the movie, some of those scenes are a little bit out of order. I don't know if it follows like the exact episode per episode. Like how they kind of would have just put together. I mean, now that I think about it, when was the first time we noticed that? because I think Gintama actually was probably the first one to do that. The other most noticeable time that I can think of is Demon Slayer, because Demon Slayer did that for a couple arcs too. Like this whole thing where you do a movie for an arc, but in this case, it's not really the same thing because Benny Zakura came out as episodes first, and then they made it a special. They made it an OVA, I think, right? Anyway, that's cool though. I mean, what?
Oh yeah, so the arc, it's the Courtesan of a Nation arc. That's with the other white-haired ninja.
Oh, the ninja.
That Gintoki fights. That gets the flashbacks from the war, and like he was also there.
It's the Shogun thing, right? Where they were trying to assassinate the Shogun with the.
Yes.
That's a really good one. You're right. I like that one.
Jesus. On the wiki, it counts it as the 47th arc of Gintama. Oh, that's insane. But that's like a lot of the slice of life gag stuff. But no, that's cool, man. Yeah, that's one of the best arcs in the manga. And I've seen the fights for the anime. Super good. Hella clean. Again, I'm honestly surprised like a lot of people don't, at least out here, don't really talk about Gintama. That's going to go out in theaters in Japan over in June. Yeah, hopefully later at the end of the year, we'll get a Blu-ray for that. I haven't seen it yet, but I just picked it up today, the last movie that came out, Gintama The Very Final. So instead of doing that last arc as an anime, they just decided to make it the movie, which is smart to do because I don't remember if you finished Gintama or not, Oscar.
Grant actually showed me that movie.
Oh, okay, nice.
And we watched that movie. I fucking bawled my eyes out, bro. I did not. He actually had to catch me up to speed so that we can watch that movie, because clearly if I had went in blind and I saw that, I would have just lost my shit. I would have not known exactly how that happened. It is a really great movie. When you get a chance to sit down and watch it, I think you'll definitely just notice like all of the better points of that last arc and how they kind of compiled it into the movie to make it, fit for that runtime that they gave it. It was really cool. Yeah, it's 10 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, Gintama is great. I would probably always recommend it. It's just a matter of if you want to watch it or if you want to read it is the tough part. Yeah, but also I guess they're almost different experiences too. I've mentioned it before, but like the anime is just way more raunchier than the manga. It depends what you want to see.
Plus, like, tone is important too, like how they're saying it.
That too, yeah. The voice cast, they do an amazing job with all the humor and stuff.
Yeah.
Plus, if you're a real JoJo fan, then you'll watch the anime. Watch the anime subbed.
Yeah, you should watch it subbed. I know there's a dub for Gintama, and I'm like, that's just kind of weird because Gintama is also one of those series, Gerry, where it's dialed up to a 9 for Japanese ass humor.
Oh yeah, dude, the gags.
Yeah, I assume they're not going to translate well if they go to English.
No.
Yeah, like if you say it in English, it's like, what are you saying? Like, oh, that's a joke. Oh.
Plus, I'm sure the use of English is used in that show too. That probably wouldn't translate well either. They'll just say it in English, which is like, okay.
They make jokes about Japanese game shows a lot. Talk about like some of those
those are the best
show hosts.
Those are the best.
Yeah, so like they'll usually put up like the translation notes or like the joke notes.
They do their own pop culture references in Gintama. That's awesome, dude.
There's a do you remember the little arc where Gintoki has to go get an issue of Shonen Jump at night, and he's trying to grab the last volume, and then there's that white-haired ninja with hemorrhoids there?
What?
Yeah, the blonde dude. The heir of the ninja clan, the same clan that what's her face is from.
Yes, yeah, where Saratobi's from.
The glasses.
They're literally like, oh, it's the last issue, and it's like, oh, they both want it, and it's like, well, I'll give it to you later. It's like, no, I want to read it now. And so the whole time they're fighting, they're jumping through the city, hopping on trains and stuff, and then they get to and then finally Gintoki grabs it and starts reading it. He's like, oh, this isn't Weekly Jump, this is Akamaru Jump, and then it just ends.
This fucking
One of my all-time favorite gag episodes is in the first season. It's the episode where the AC breaks.
Yeah.
In the upstairs, and Gin has to go get a fan. His whole entire mindset is he's like on his scooter, sweating his ass off, telling himself, "I should just go home. Like forget it all. Or I should just buy an AC unit." And then, like, he's next to this guy, this truck driver, right? And he's like, "Hey, man, what should I do, dude? Like, I should just go home, right? And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about, bro. Like, I have no idea what's going on with you. And it's like, come on, man. Like, this is very serious here. Like, if I go home empty-handed, Kagura is going to kill me, and I have no idea what to do, bro. And he's just like, I guess you should get the AC, dude. And he's like, I can't afford an AC, you stupid asshole. Why would you say that to me?
Oh, man. I gotta find Gintama, dude. I gotta watch it, because, like, that show has been on, like, it's been on my list for, like, the longest time, man. I gotta actually sit my ass down and just watch it. Like, Adventure Time it, just binge it.
Yeah, it's a lot, dude. I think it ended up being, what, like 600-700 episodes?
Yeah, it's One Piece all over again.
Yeah, because, when me and Grant read it for the podcast, dude, it took forever. It was like 700 and... I think it's 703 or 4 chapters. But it's fantastic, man. Honestly, like, a lot of it in the beginning is humor. And you're like, okay, yeah, I'm here just to have fun. And then Sorachi's gonna freaking hit your kneecap and say, get ready to cry, dude. This is the next arc coming up. And you're like, what? And then, like, just so much more shit is just going on. And, like, it gets super action heavy. And, like, all this lore is just leaking out, dude. It's so good.
We are connoisseurs of lore. And that sounds like a doozy. It sounds like a fucking experience.
Oh, he really makes you thirst for the main story.
Dude,
you get little tiny, like, when the show is actually airing, and one of the funniest jokes about, like, the actual anime, if you decide to watch the anime, almost every time they get to the season finale, they joke about them getting canceled, because they get canceled almost every season. They're like, that's it, we ran out of money. They didn't like our jokes. We are not coming back. We want to thank you for your support.
And that kind of reminds me of Futurama, and like how they always tell themselves that, like, they're getting canceled, or honestly any of the animation shows that were on Fox back in the day, because they would always talk shit that they were on Fox themselves.
Yeah,
and like how this is like their last season or whatever. That's hilarious.
Even the manga does that. He said, like, okay, we're going to end it at this part. And Jump says, okay, so your last issue is this one. He's like, okay. And then they're getting closer. He's like, oh, shit, guys. I'm not going to be done by the time I have to leave. And they're like, dude, what are you talking about? And it's like, okay, fine, we'll move you to the monthly magazine. You have 3 issues to wrap it up. He said, okay, cool, thanks. And then he doesn't finish it there either. And then so they make a Gintama manga app so the fans can read the last few chapters. On the last chapter for Weekly Jump, they're like, oh my god, what's happening? It's like, I don't know. You're gonna have to find out in Giga Jump. And then that's the last page. Then they do the same thing with the Giga Jump ending.
He's goated.
I think it's been long enough. I want to see what he's gonna bring next to the table. Because he hasn't done anything since the ending. I think he helped with the movie probably, but that's just been it.
The best thing that I could take away from Gintama is at least I got to see the ending. Like, the ending based off how he wanted it to end, you know?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, as shitty as Shonen Jump can be with axing, like, new series very early in, there's an MMA manga that, from what my friend said, it's like it's trying to be like Ippo, but it's just too slow for Shonen Jump these days. So it got canned before, like, a full year. And it's like, damn, that sucks. You know, it's been happening so often. But if you're, like, a veteran in the Shonen Jump world, then they'll take care of you. You know, so instead of just canning Gintama when it should have ended, they said, okay, we'll just move you to another magazine. Oh, okay, we'll just give you an app. It's like, that's crazy. It's like, I'm like, damn, like, they must really love Togashi, because fucking Hunter x Hunter's never getting canceled.
I'm just hoping that at some point Yusuke just shows up out of nowhere.
Oh, Jesus.
I decided to take my role as the Demon Lord here. I'm going to fight whoever the main character is now, and then just wait for God.
Dude, I can see it now. It's like the Dark Continent, you know, in Hunter x Hunter's like Toriko. It's like no one's really explored it. Majority of the planet is the Dark Continent. And it's like, okay, now we're finally going to really explore it because we have a lot of powerful hunters. And I could just see it ending like they finally get to like the most important section, and it's just the fucking demon world from Yu Yu Hakusho. And it's like, oh, this is just the demon universe. And like, and you see Yusuke right there, dude.
And Gintama's the place to be like crossover, huh?
I don't think there isn't anything that they have not touched in Gintama.
Well, so there's the gag crossovers like that where they make fun of One Piece and Bleach and all that stuff. But then they have official crossovers for the anime, at least, with Sket Dance, which was pretty cool. I forget the correlation between the two. I think like the mangakas are just good friends or something. But yeah, they got a crossover. Like, oh, that's pretty fun.
Have you guys seen or heard about I think it's called Sakamoto Days?
Yeah, that's been one of those mangas that have been popping up on the Jump app for me, saying you should read this.
Yeah, I need to read it. I know it's good. I just been holding off.
Is this a rec?
Yeah, I've read a couple chapters. It's pretty good. It's basically like a retired hitman. I think of like, okay, my best interpretation of what I read so far. Think of Fable and Spy Family put together. That's what Sakamoto's Days is. I don't know. I know that you probably haven't seen too much of Spy Family, but it's pretty wholesome to an extent.
Why, old man just trying to live a quiet life? Yeah, I'll give it a peep.
Yeah, he runs a convenience store. Chapter 1, he's like a legendary hitman, like the legendary of legendary hitmen. Could take out like 40 guys by himself with his fucking right thumb. You know, one of those kind of dudes. I think what it is he had to kill a woman, but he didn't want to do that, and he ended up marrying her instead. And then they ended up having a baby. And then like the whole series is just revolving around like different hitmen like finally discovering who he is, and then like trying to like take him down and stuff like that. Mafia that he worked for, the Yakuza, the Mafia, they're like, nah, like he left, we can't let him live. But then like I feel like that's where like the whole Spy Family kind of niche comes in, because they're trying to hide all of the stuff from the little girl, of course. So there's like a comical part where they're like subduing enemies that come into the store, but they're doing it all quick. Like they'll stab a guy 3 times and then like clean it up before she looks. So, but they'll actually like show you the blood. You know what I mean? So it is kind of gory, and I like that. And I was like, okay, this is a little bit the best of both worlds. Then I can see that. Yeah, I think I only got like 12 chapters in.
We didn't mention it last time just because I didn't have time to watch it. But I finally watched Monsters, Oda's one shot on Netflix. Okay, just right off the bat, I just say, like, aren't we there now? Isn't it? Like, it's been long enough. Can we stop, like, butchering animes with the censorship, dude? I mean, like, some of them is funny. Terraformars, when, like, roaches rip the heads off, it's just, like, a black circle in their hands. It's like, oh, that's funny. It doesn't happen too often in Monsters, but when they have to censor it, they just do the whole screen black for, like, a second, and then it goes away, and then, like, the thing's over, and it's like, oh, my God, dude, like, come on. And that's only a streaming service problem. So, like, once it goes on Blu-ray, hopefully, there should be an uncensored version. So that should help it a lot. Like, geez, like the biggest moment in the one shot, it's like, and now it's just a blank screen until it's over. It's like, geez, that sucks. But it was cool. Cool. They did a good job with the voices. It is Zoro's voice actor as the narrator, but he's not really doing Zoro's voice all the way. So you can't tell at first if it's him or not, because he's barely in it anyways. But yeah, I would say it's worth the watch. It definitely looks nice. It's a different studio doing it compared to the One Piece anime, so it was nice to just have a different look to it.
I feel like I kind of got that from the one shot too. It still kind of had its Oda-esque, but I could tell it was definitely different at the same time. What was it, like 30 minutes?
Yeah, it's like 25.
As far as the censorship goes, I mean, I really don't think that at any point it's going to be... Doesn't Japan do that thing over there where they replace all blood with white? Oh, that's China, right? Yeah. Like, the whole thing with censorship, especially because they have to make it work in almost every country. You know what I mean? It's like, no matter what, they're just going to have, like, some team to basically be ready to gut out all of the good parts. If they are willing to do, like, an uncensored version, I feel like that should be exclusive towards, like, streaming application. I would really hate to see that they like kind of reserve things like for director's cuts, things that you have to like go out of your way to buy, like as a collector's edition or like as a Blu-ray or something. I can understand their point in doing that, but I just feel like all the same, I would agree with you. Like, there's no real point in doing that. There is a point in doing the censorship, but I don't feel like it's a good point. We could have been having like a potentially really good scene that could have been totally fine on Netflix, because to what standard does Netflix give a shit if they have like a gory scene in an anime? Like, how many times have we seen like how many of the fucking Netflix originals that they have on there, or like Cyberpunk, you know, like plenty of examples where animes there can get pretty gory or pretty loot and they get away with it basically.
Yeah, fun time. There's even like a mid-credit scene. Well, I guess it's like an epilogue scene real quick that kind of ties it into One Piece, which was nice. Definitely wasn't expecting that. And you would know when you watch it, you'll notice that like they did change a couple things too, so that way it's more connected to One Piece than it just being a one shot. So that's pretty nice.
Can I ask, did they keep that line in there from like the end of the one shot and the beginning of the one shot? Ryuma trying to find King?
For the dialogue, it's pretty 1-to-1.
You guys want to talk about Evo? Yeah, I saw they brought out. Of course, they were showing like all the hype Evo moments when Third Strike was out. They even showed, I think it was Evo moment number 35,
37
and,
with Justin Wong.
Yeah, man, that was pretty cool, and I was like, is my boy gonna actually do it? Is he gonna take it this time? Because he's been robbed multiple times, dude.
Dude, do you follow him on Twitter, perchance?
Yeah, he's just posting wholesome family shit and also being at the arcade most of the time.
Yeah. So the other thing he shares, it's so fucking funny. He always retweets it because he'll just see like other profiles or like even like promo stuff for figures of the Evo moment when he loses, and he's just like, "Come on, guys, really?" There was like some Figmas coming out for Street Fighter, and it was with Chun-Li and Ken, and they did the pose from that moment, and he's like, God damn it, guys, I'm never going back on. It's over.
Can't even look Daigo in the fucking eyes anymore.
Dude, he didn't even mention him.
Yeah.
He mentioned everybody else he lost to
speak,
but Daigo,
bro.
dude. I haven't seen Daigo in a minute though, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know what Daigo's been doing. Well, I know he has his own company, his own game company. They came out with some like hyper fighter like a few years ago. I just want to mention it because I thought it was pretty funny. Justin Wong did retweet this mod for MK1, and it's they modded all the characters to be the Disney princesses.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, so it's Maleficent fighting Snow White, and then Maleficent summons Jasmine as a cameo. And it's like, oh, that's pretty good. But not only are the characters modded, but the stage is also modded. So it looks nothing like MK aside from like the movements and stuff. And it's like, damn, is this the move? Or we're gonna get a Disney fighter like this? Because that'd be pretty fucking cool.
One other thing I like about Justin, I'll just say, is I do follow him on YouTube occasionally. Like when he goes to like the fight cons, he has videos like, "Can you beat the hardest boss?" Dude, I'm not gonna lie, these arcade games are such bullshit, my guy. Like, just imagine, like, King of Fighters, like, you're fighting geese or something, and, like, they're on the hardest difficulty, max out, and you have to, like, try to win 2 fights in a row of, like, this super... I don't know, Danny, you might have seen or heard it, but back when Street Fighter 4 was still prevalent, they added, like, special fights. I know that they did it for Street Fighter 5. It was, like, they did it a couple of times. I think the first one was, like, Shadow Chun-Li.
Oh, yeah.
It's like Mecha Zangief and then Cyber Akuma.
Dude, Cyber Akuma. Yes.
Was Evil Ryu one of them?
Yes, he was also one of them.
Yeah.
I think it was no, yeah, Evil Ryu would be the term, because I think it was like Shadow Ken or something was his counterpart.
I remember watching Saul try to beat Evil Ken.
Such a bitch, dude. Like, it's just my god.
And then he watched me try to beat it, and then that was hard.
It's the same as like you fighting Angel or any of the devil variations in Tekken, and they just have like an unstoppable laser move, like an unstoppable, unblockable laser move. So it's pretty entertaining because he makes videos. He's like, if you beat this guy on your first try, you $500.
What a troll. But he's good on his word, though, right? Like, has somebody done it yet?
Yeah, people have eventually, done the challenge or whatever the case is, I think there's even times where, like, he's gone through the whole thing, nobody does it, so he lets people do it again.
The last thing on my end is the Super Bowl happened, so we got the trailer for Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm kind of mixed on it because I'm like, Hugh's back, he's going to be in the suit. Another time I'm like, I mean, I mean, yeah, I guess Hugh's back. You know, like Logan was a great send off, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, I mean, you know, him and Ryan Reynolds, they're super good buddies, so of course he's gonna come back. The last Deadpool movie, you know, like it all kind of makes sense. And I thought the trailer was cool, and then I was like, oh god damn it, like I was like, oh I know that's the TVA bullshit from the Loki show, and I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna watch the show, but I'm sure something might be tied into it.
Yeah, as Deadpool, it's probably gonna revive Marvel, or push Marvel up there a little bit. But
yeah,
Deadpool is honestly like probably the only thing I'm looking forward to in a Marvel movie. Besides you know, anything like, I guess there's no news on a Wolverine thing coming out, is there? Besides just the game. Yeah, even Spider-Man's losing his touch, dude. Honestly. Which is sad to say.
Well, dude, like, even Tom Holland, he's like, I mean, I'll come back if the script's right. You know, and it's like, oh, damn, okay, like, are they going to have to get another Spider-Man?
All right, Mr. Cavill, for sure.
And it's just like, okay, Tom Holland, we got you, bro. You're going to be in Madam Web 2, fucking Venom webs. You know, it's going to be awesome, dude.
Venom webs. Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm so excited for Madam Web. It's going to be awesome, dude.
It comes out this week, doesn't it?
Yeah, as we're recording, it comes out tomorrow. Yeah, it's gonna be so hyped, dude. I don't care how bad it is. I'm fucking ready. I'm ready to get webbed.
This is gonna be not the first, right? Because technically, I think the Miles Morales movie counts as the first movie entering into the Spider-Verse, right?
No, this is the 4th movie.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah. The Tom Holland movie was the first one, right? Sorry, yeah.
No, I'm talking about Venom, Venom 2, Morbius. It's the Sony Spider-Man verse, where Spider-Man's not there yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I have to watch Venom and Venom 2 because I haven't seen those.
What?
Dude, you haven't seen Venom? Bro.
Venom!
I haven't seen Morbius.
Venom.
Dude, you didn't get morbed? Come on, man.
No, I did not have a chance to get morbed.
Bro, this is the year.
I shouldn't say I didn't have a chance.
This is. You haven't morbed out yet?
I'm morbing right now.
Bro, 2023 was the year of morbing. 2024 is the year of webbing, dude.
Yeah, dude.
The year of webbing, bro.
Dude, it's Madam Web, bro. I'm ready to hashtag get webbed, dude. Such a webhead.
Get around
web,
watching a Venom, bro. Those are good fucking. Those are good times. Those are excellent times.
Yeah.
Like you've seen the. Fuck, I don't even know I forgot what movie it was called. But the one where all 3 Spider-Men like show up at the very end.
Oh, not Far From Home.
Yeah, Far From Home,
right?
No,
yeah.
No Way Home.
No Way Home.
Yeah, whatever the stupid title is.
Yeah, you didn't see the end?
It was like a mid-credit scene. Yeah.
The last Tom Holland movie I saw, I believe, was that's the Doctor Doom one, right?
Doctor Strange.
Not the Doctor Doom one. I'm sorry, the Doctor Strange one.
Yeah, when Toby and Andrew show up.
It's the one with Mysterio, right?
No.
Oof! Oh my god!
No, that's the second one, dude.
That's the second. The one that I saw is that one. Yeah.
Damn, bro.
With Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah. Damn, you're
That's
missing some. You're missing some peak lore.
Yeah.
Like I know I just said Spider-Man's losing his touch, but those 3 are like those are pretty good. Like that one is a culmination of just like all the other Spider-Man we've watched as a fan base.
Dude, I may not have seen the movie, but I fucking love the memes where like Tobey Maguire and what's the other dude's name?
Andrew Garfield. Yeah.
They're just having a conversation between each other, and Toby saying something stupid, and it's just like I don't even breathe, you know.
It's like breathing. I just can't control it, and then Andrew goes, "Whoa."
Like you don't have any web shooters? You mean that just comes out of your arm?
Yeah, the memes are always like when you're talking to your stoner friend about something stupid. It's so good. Yeah, dude. No, dude, you gotta watch Venom, man. It's great. It's genuinely good. Not like it's a shitty good. Like Venom 1 is good.
Down, yeah, I'm definitely gonna check it out then. The movie came out like what, 2-3 years ago?
No, it came out like 2017, dude. You know, I forgot. I didn't tell you guys, but I did go to the movies recently, and I saw the new Mean Girls.
By yourself?
No. Absolutely not. I was genuinely surprised. Like that movie was fucking awesome.
Yeah?
Yeah, dude.
I had a feeling.
I will say though, like towards the end, like I think the last third, it starts to dip down in quality. But just that beginning is super strong. There were so many moments watching it. I'm like, I'm really sitting here watching this. Like, what's going on? Like, what's going on in this freaking movie, dude? It's crazy. I also didn't know that this is based off of the musical that Tina Fey wrote. This is not just a reboot from the Lindsay Lohan movie.
It's because there are music numbers in it, right?
Yes, there's a lot of music numbers in it. Yeah, but
not really my cup of tea, but okay.
It's not
watching a musical. What?
It's not cringy musical though. Well,
this really is 2024.
Yeah, I was genuinely surprised. It was a fun time. I had no idea who any of the actors were, except for Tina Fey. But yeah, for the main cast, they all did a solid job. A fun, dumb time. We'll end the episode here, but acquaintances of the show, these guys called the Four Lords, met them through Adam. These guys wrote this book called The Curseborn Saga. They were on our 2018 Anime Expo episode, if I'm remembering the year right. Cool guys, you know, they're doing a fantasy series, all self-published, based off of these twin boys, and like they just go out into this fantasy world. I haven't dove into it yet, unfortunately. That was when I was like, oh, I'll read it eventually, you know, and then, you know, you just time skip. And you're like, damn, I still didn't read these books? Okay. Yeah, super cool guys, man. Like, they even have their own manga adaptation for the novels, which is cool. There's only 2 volumes out for the manga, and there's 2 books out. But they just announced today, as of this recording, that on February 29th, so last day of this month, they're re-releasing the 3rd edition for their books. But it's going to be in like a light novel format. So that's how they originally released them. You can't buy the originals online anymore unless like you go to eBay or something, I think. But instead there was like these 2 big books, and now they're like, well, we want to keep pumping out like the new arcs and stuff, so we're going to relaunch with the 3rd editions for these light novels, and they're just going to be pumping them out slowly throughout the whole year in time for like the new arc to come out. So for this year, they're going to drop 5 books. You can get paperback or hardcover, or even just the ebook. So that's really cool to see them still grinding hard on this series. So I'm definitely excited when that drops, and I'm sure we'll talk about it again. Like, I'm definitely going to pick it up.
I got to start reading that
So
stuff.
am I understanding you correctly? Did you say that they're like re-releasing the book 5 different ways, or you can only get... They only have 5 physical copies of the book that they're re-releasing?
No, so this year they're releasing 5 books. But so it's like it's either paperback, hardcover, or the ebook for them. But it's in the light novel format instead of just the standard format that they did for the first 2 books they have. And also, like,
okay.
they ended up going back and, like, adding new chapters and stuff and just making it just, like, kind of like of an update, pretty much.
Just thinking to myself, I'll probably grab the paperback. I know that we have this argument somewhat, like, between having things digitally or physically. I think the only thing that I could agree with is it's nice to have a physical book versus a digital book. I think that does make a difference. To me, at least, when it comes to my comprehension of what's going on in the book. It'd be nice to have a paperback.
And the fact that, like, I don't know if they have any audiobooks out. I'm assuming not really. So this might be a nice one to actually just pick up and just sit down and read it. More so because the fact that I want to kind of see how they set up their world and stuff. It's be a good learning experience just to read somebody else's work that's like fairly new, you know. You're saying it's a saga, so they have more than 1 books. Kind of where I want to head. Like I just want to sit down and read just to get how they put like their world together.
I would love to get the hardcovers, but I think I'm just gonna get paperback. I just kind of like reading those more. I mean, I don't know. Paperback hardcovers are nice to look at, but man, they're just so big and heavy, man. It's like, God, it's just if if I look at all the books I have, if they were hardcover, bro, it'd be over, dude. There'd be a hole in the floor from like all the pressure, dude. It's like I just can't do it. So with that, I think it's safe to say we could end this episode of the podcast. If you have any questions or comments, you can email us at unversedpodcast@gmail.com. We'll be sure to bring those up on future episodes. So until then, thanks for everything, guys, and we'll catch you on the next one.